Today I want to remind you to pay attention to your language. Your language is powerful. That means both your words and your body language. So let's start with words. Words are very powerful. They affect so much. They affect you when you speak your words, even when you think your words, but they also affect those around you when you speak your words. Think about the power of words that you have experienced many times in your own life. Words can make you laugh, they can make you cry, they can inspire you, or they can crush your soul. And so often we use words without giving it much thought in terms of what words we actually use. Sometimes we use words incorrectly, not so much in the sense of using them with a misunderstanding of the word's meaning, although that happens. But what I mean in this case is that we use words that aren't necessarily appropriate or aren't necessarily the best choice for the situation. So maybe, for example, in a situation where you're upset or not happy with something that happened, but instead you use words like I'm devastated or I'm crushed, where really those words are much larger in magnitude than what's really happening. But when you use words that are inappropriate, that are much greater in magnitude than what's actually happening, you are potentially making the situation worse through the power of suggestion, whether that power of suggestion is affecting you or those around you, someone you're talking to or someone who's listening to you. So that's what I mean about being careful to choose the right words, words that are appropriate for the situation. Again, you could be irritated about something, or you could be furious about something. Those are very, very different. But oftentimes people may say that they're furious when really they're just kind of irritated. And if they stopped and thought about it, it's not as big a deal as they make it out to be. So again, the words, sometimes it seems that it's almost like some kind of a competition or some kind of an attempt to impress others by making things sound bigger or worse than they are. But we don't realize that words affect us and words affect those around us, which is why I urge you to be very careful with the words that you choose, whether you're saying them or even if you're just thinking them, because our thoughts affect us. Our words affect us and or others, but our thoughts do affect us. So make sure you're paying attention to your language. Make sure you're paying attention to your words. Because of their effects, words can also increase or decrease the stress in your life. And since the focus of this channel, or the main focus of this channel, is to manage stress effectively, why not use words to your advantage rather than using them in such a way that they make things worse? Whether you do it with some kind of intention because you're trying to outdo someone and describing how bad things are or how mad you are or how upset you are, or whether you're simply not paying attention and subconsciously you're creating an effect on yourself and on others. So pay attention to your language. The same can be said for your body language, and that includes your posture. Posture being either upright and standing up straight, or sitting up straight, or being slumped and kind of crumpled down and looking like almost like you're broken. Your body language can make all the difference in the world. We communicate with our body language. We communicate with others. You know when somebody is using posture to be intimidating towards others, or using body language to look non-threatening or to look inviting or friendly or scary. So we all know the difference. We've all experienced it, and we've all contributed with our own body language. So make sure that you're paying attention to your body language as well, because you are, with your own body language, affecting those around you, affecting the environment around you. And as with words, when you affect others, when you affect the environment around you, when you affect yourself, you are potentially either contributing or increasing the stress in your life or decreasing the stress in your life. So pay attention to your body language as well. And while it's easy to think that body language is most likely going to affect those around us, and that's true to a large degree, but body language affects us as well. Studies have shown that if we sit or stand in one way as opposed to a different way, we can affect our own physiology and our own psychology. We can even affect our own mood. So if you sit or stand kind of slumped down and maybe less in terms of energy or less in terms of confidence, that will end up translating into your body, into your physiology, into your psychology, into your emotions. But if you stand tall, hands on your hips, maybe you do like a superwoman or Superman type of pose where you stand up straight, legs slightly apart, chests up and out, your hands on your hips. There are studies that show that we have chemical changes happening to our bodies when we do that. And standing like that for as short of a time as, let's say, 2 minutes can have lasting effects to our mood, to the hormones and chemicals in our bodies for the better, changes for the better. So posture is just as important. Body language is just as important as words, and that is both in terms of how it affects others, those around us, but also how it affects us. So pay attention to your language, both your words and your body language, both spoken words and your thoughts, because they affect everything around you, including yourself. And why not use language in such a way that is helpful rather than that is harmful? Why not help yourself to better deal with stress, to deal with stress more effectively, rather than creating more stress and more problems for yourself and for your environment, for those around you? So I encourage you to think about your language, body language, and the words that you use, the words that you think, because they can make a big difference in your experience. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.